One live? Live? Yes, we're live. All right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Nightsmith. How is everyone this morning? Today I was a little bit on the brighter side. I got a travel mug, so hopefully that'll have a wee bit more coffee than usual and get me through this morning. Ah, boy. So let me say that this weather's starting to get me down a wee bit. Mostly because I'd rather be streaming outside if at all possible, and yeah, just not a very fun time. And my little buddy Connor kept me up all night, so thanks, little man. I see that we have a couple people in here already, so that's pretty awesome. Let me just work on getting the rest of this doohickey set up here. Bloop. I don't know why I make noises for, clicking and pasting things. Just I see I got a new subscriber earlier this morning, so to whoever you are, thank you for joining. I appreciate it. Hope everyone has their coffee. I am not quite awake yet, but mine is a little too warm for me to enjoy just yet. We'll get this stream pushed out across the interwebs and see how things go. Let's go over to Nightsmith and start there. So for those of you just joining in and you haven't seen what I'm doing yet, this is Coffee with Night, where I have my first cup of coffee with you and talk and chat and, just have a little bit of fun. And today is Saturday, so that means I am making something and giving it away. Today I am making a 8-inch by 8-inch dice tray. Not sure how it's going to go. This is my own design, so we'll see how things work out here. Share to a page. Share to a page. And I hope this is all. This is just to have fun with everyone. So open up in that chat and just enjoy things. I think this is a great way to start the morning for a lot of people. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. I think this is a great way to start the morning. Gives you a little bit of normalcy in this really kind of crappy time. And that's pretty much it. I try and keep things simple. Wow, 4 of you already. Look at that. All right, so I guess this doobly-doo is ready to go. Yeah, let's hop over to the chat and say hello to people. And let's do it. See, Laura Blackwell, good morning. Good morning, Laura. Gold Scar, normalcy is about all we can hope for right now. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And so I'm hoping I can provide at least some measure of that. Laura Blackwell, I'm putting away groceries. Well, you take your time. It'll be a few minutes till we start working on the project. That's cool, and thank you for tuning in. Rich Braden. Eileen might not be on today. She had to pick up some things. This is just a ruse for you to win 2 weeks in a row, isn't it? Isn't it, Rich? I see what you're doing. Yeah, but Gold Scar, you're completely right. Joey. Well, I didn't know who that was, but welcome for joining. How's everything going with you guys? You and your dad? You guys staying well? And victory's mine. Yeah, Rich. Okay, I think there's more than a few people who are going to be vying for it today. Um, by the time we get everyone in here and everyone underway. Uh, but I hope your family is doing okay there, Joey. I know you had some issues earlier last week or the week before. I heard through the grapevine, so I hope everything's working out a wee bit better for you today. So this morning, well, maybe he shouldn't, but he also doesn't know how many Joeys I know, and that is one way for him to identify himself, I guess. Um, been meaning to, but waking up at noon makes it hard. Dad and I are fine for the moment. Hope all is well on your end. Well, I appreciate you joining in and waking up early for this. I'm very glad things are going well for you at the moment. Things are okay for me. My family's doing all right. As far as I know, we're getting a little cagey, a little squirrely. And we had to evacuate the apartment if you couldn't tell. This morning, I'm actually down in my parents' other guest bedroom, and this is also my mom's sewing room. You'll see when I go to the project camera that this is a sewing table that I'm working at today, but it has the largest surface area and it's in a quiet room, so two very good bonuses. Let's see, Gold Scar Laura. There are 4 Joeys at work. It's a super common name. Yeah, Joey is a very common name. Surprisingly, though, I think you're the only Joey I know. Someone started a fire or something? Everyone all right? The roof has been leaking for almost as long as my son has been alive. It was just one small area in the kitchen, which was annoying, but yeah, whatever. Landlord had people up there working on it every now and then. Never ended up getting fixed, and then last week it migrated to the living room as well, and the ceiling started collapsing and caving in. They were the 1 foot square fiberboard tiles, and if you know anything about them, as soon as they get a little bit wet, they just disintegrate. So my whole life has kind of been turned upside down this last week. But everyone is safe, everyone is happy, everyone is healthy. And at the end of the day, that's really all that matters. They still haven't done anything to it or for it. They squeegeed the roof off the other day, which didn't work because all the drains are backed up and clogged and broken. So when they squeegeed into the drains, it just kind of fell into everyone's apartments. The apartment adjacent to mine got water in it and some water damage, and now the restaurant below us is getting water damage. So yay! Thank you for waking up, Laura. I very much appreciate it. And back to you, Joey. I got a hole in my own ceiling, so you can semi-relate. Yeah, it is a very annoying little problem. So, we'll get through it. I mean, it's just another thing. It's just the worst time for this to happen and propagate. It's not like we can go stay with her family for a few days, stay with mine for a few days, and still go out. I can't even get to the shop and get some time away, so it's just everyone's on edge. Oh, that's still hot. Travel mugs keep things a lot hotter. Wow. Kind of burnt my tongue a wee bit. Not fun. But yeah, everyone's fine, so just stress. So some good news. Apparently my thing last night got some good traction. My video of the plague doctor mask got some good traction, so I'm quite happy with that. I shared it over Reddit, in a few different places, and crafting places, and some leather working stuff. So that was cool. I have a bunch of stuff ordered. Of course, my face starts itching as soon as I'm on camera. I have a bunch of stuff ordered from some leather working companies, so things should be improving. My leather working should be hopping up a few degrees in what I can do and what I'm able to do. So, we'll see. No idea when that's going to come through, though. So, hopefully sooner than later, but, whatever. Gold Scar, news to me. I'll have to check it out after. Sounds rad. Good. And Kelsey Gillette, awesome mask. Thank you so much. And thanks for joining in. I had an absolute blast with it. And fun thing, me and the wife yesterday went out to my parents' backyard, and we did a nice long photo shoot with it. So I think I might have some fun and upload those photos to the Facebook group, just for giggles. Some of them were atrocious, some of them were awesome. Some of them the camera focused in on the wrong thing, but whatever. It was fun. It was actually a lot more fun than it probably should have been. Let me take the lid off this. That should cool it down a little bit faster. Do it. I think I will. Because we ended up taking like 120 some pictures. And it was a lot of fun. Now I did design a mask for a fabric mask, and I might do that later. I don't know if I'll do a video on it or not. Rich, I sent that one to Eileen. I don't know if she's got a chance to play with it yet, but I think I'm gonna be cutting one off. Cutting one out and sewing it up today or tomorrow. Jesus, that's a lot. You would think so, but it was only like 45 minutes of shooting. So it's not that. It wasn't that bad. The hardest part was trying to get the fire started. With all the rain and snow, all the wood was just too wet, so it was just smoking up instead of lighting. Which, yay! But meh, happens. So I think I'll pick 4 or 5. And Alan, morning. Good morning, Alan. How are we doing this morning? How are we doing today? Is the lovely Miss Jill going to be hopping on with you? Actually, let me see if they updated my statuses yet. If they did, you're going to see me get super excited for about 4 minutes. Go to the doobly-doo, click the thingy. No updates. Oh well, it'll come through sooner than later. I'm hopefully. She's working this weekend. Well, I hope she's staying as safe as possible this weekend while she's working. Only 4? Well, I mean, a lot of them are kind of duplicates. So there's only like 4 or 5 unique poses or angles, and everything else was just kind of variations on that theme to see what would look best. A lot of them we were waiting for the smoke to blow from the fire a certain way to give it kind of that mystery air. So yeah, there's only like 4 unique, so I might post 4 or 5 somewhere in that neighborhood, just for laughs. It's nothing serious at this point. The whole point of it was to get a thumbnail for the video. because I was so excited for that video, and I put so much time and effort into it, being the first real, an extensive leatherworking project I did, and it turned out so well that I wanted to make sure that video had the greatest chance for success. And the way to do that is to do a lot of take a lot of pictures for a thumbnail, get a really cool thumbnail, get the video edited not just right, get all the tags, in the metadata, and share it out to as many different places as is relevant. So that's kind of the whole kit and caboodle of how it goes down. So I have all these other pictures that kind of a waste if I didn't have a little bit of fun with them. This coffee cup smells like perfume. I don't know why, but this coffee definitely doesn't taste like perfume. Oh boy. So I'm trying to figure out what to do for next weekend's project. Maybe poisons. It might be. No, I think it's something with the cup. I think the cup is infused with some perfume or something. Meh. And if it's poison, well, sorry guys, you won't be seeing much more of my face. So I don't know what these are. They're kind of like little doughy flat cakes. They have some walnuts in them, and I don't think there's any chocolate chips, but they have a very nice mild flavor, but they're very addictive. Let's see, Kelsey, I have an alibi. Well, of course you do. You don't really have any access to any of these these coffee mugs here, and you're way down where you are. Let's see. There's 7 people in here. It's been about 20 minutes. So I say, let's get ourselves over to the project screen and start working on this dice tray. Yeah? We'll do the stinger. All right, so I don't know what the best view for this is. Yeah, we can do that, I guess. All right, first thing here is to get the cutting mat out. And I need my straight edge and a razor. Get the razor out. I'm gonna need this little doohickey. And let's start there and see where it goes. So my idea here is to cut one of these panels off, and then from there we can start working once the size is a little bit more appropriate. Okay. Fight with this for a minute. Alright, so It's all lined up. Let's get that as straight as we can, and let's fix this tip just a little bit right there. Oh. All right, that's one side. Now we're going to move over and cut the other half of this panel off. Now we should be in business. And I can still see your chat. So if you guys want to keep talking, I will definitely keep responding every time I look over and see what's going on here. Fix the edge here. There we go. Mr. Cruel, good morning. How's the family doing today? Well, Laura, if you weren't busy putting away your groceries like a responsible adult, you will have heard me say that she has an alibi because of how far away from me she lives. The secret kind. Okay. Yes, the secret kind of alibi. So let me see if I could make this a little bit easier. So I think having this all the way out there is hampering my come on. Let's move the camera for a moment. Let's see. I think that works better. What do you think? So exactly what are you working on here? I'm making a 8-inch by 8-inch dice tray. So in order to do that, I want to have a 1.5-inch lip all the way around it. So I need to start off with a 11-inch by 11-inch square of leather. And this is just that same leather I've been making everything else out of so far. It's about 2 to 3 ounce upholstery leather. that was my grandparents' couches once upon a time, and when they passed and I got my own apartment, this came with me. Unfortunately, the couches got water damaged. Brandon, I brother. But the leather is still good. The couches are trash, but the leather's still good. So I've been working on skinning them and taking the leather. Sounds neato. Well, thank you. Efficient. I respect that. Thank you. It's not only efficient, but it's cheap. Upcycling old furniture, yes. I'm a very big proponent of being as efficient as I can in various different respects. Luckily, these panels are about 15 inches wide when they start off, so it should give me more than enough material to do one of these and then have a little bit left over. And I'm glad Brandon, that you finally figured out how to comment on the live stream. So let's get this top edge nice and straightly cut. Let's run that down one more time. There we go. Might turn that into a piece of lace or something later. So I'm not sure what the best way to make these is. Whether it's out of chrome tan or out of veg tan. Now the difference between chrome and veg, there's 4 different ways to really tan leather. You got chrome tan, you got veg tan, you have oil tan, and brain tan. Chrome tan makes about 80% of the leather that we have that is produced every year in this in the world. Veg tan, on the other hand, is the majority of that other 20%, and but veg tan is stiff and it's for tooling. Chrome tan is usually made is either a garment or upholstery leather. You can't tool it, but it's very light, very stretchy, and pretty durable. It's also a lot cheaper than veg tan. So, all right, so there's that top edge. I'm going to use that as my initial straight edge, so I'm very confident in how straight that one turned out. I'm going to go as far over as I can. So yeah, I'm glad you're able to figure that out too, Brianna. I'm glad it's no longer bugging you, at least. Okay. So let's get this on here lined up. Nice and square to the edge. And it looks pretty square to me. This doesn't have to be perfect, but I want to get as close as I can. There's that cut. I'm going to overcut the size here just to begin. Then we'll come back and trim these sides down once I get this, and I will mark it out. Good morning, Eileen. Rich said you wouldn't be joining us today. Alright, let's get these two little tags here cut. Oh, come on. Okay. I didn't think I'd be back in time. Need to go and get a few supplies for masks. Well, I'm glad you're able to come back. Shun the non-believer. Yeah, well, what you gonna do? Okay, so these are my two good edges. I have to keep that in mind as I'm working here. Oh boy. So you're all going to be jumping on me then, huh? Winners don't get shunned. They're the ones who get to shun. You know, Rich, you keep saying this stuff. You might wind up in a shallow grave very soon. Okay, so that's nice on the edge there. Let's butt you up right there. And here's 11 inches. You're from New York, you know a guy. No, it has to be deep so no one finds them. Well, if you know Eileen at all, she's always been on the Barry Rich train. Now, if you want to take a nice literary trope, you don't have to bury him deep. You just have to get some rose bushes. All right, now where's that mark? There's the mark. Okay, so we're 11 inches there. Let's move this in just a tick. Get our next tick mark on here lined up. 11 inches. Collusion. Rich, you're finally using that word the right way. I'm proud of you. Sorry to hear that. Would you like me to send you some peach cups? Get it, fruitful children? Yeah. I think we got it. Okay, so where's that tick mark? There it is. Let's get you on here nice and square again. Beautiful. All right, so there we are, 11 inches square. We're pretty close to it. We don't need the cutting board anymore. I'd like to thank my mom for donating her cutting board to me for this morning. It was very useful. Okay, let's see. Oh boy, there's a few people here chatting away. Yeah. Much puns forever. Oh boy. Okay, so I don't think I need my razor any further. Let's move over to the thank you, Mama Knight. Yes. She is always very crafty, and I firmly believe that's where I got her from, my parents. We need the punch. We're going to need the rivet setter. Sorry, the grommet setter. Some grommets, of course. What else in here? I think that's it from the box. And then from in here, we're going to need to get like a scratch awl or something. But let me do this. First thing to do is to get the corners. So I think we do this. That. No, that's dumb. Let's just start folding things up. I find your grommet work riveting. Oh, thank you. I need some clamps. Love these little pinch clamps. Just some cheapies I got from Harbor Freight, and they're absolutely awesome. Salidly not. Oh, Kelsey, that hurts my soul. Oh. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do 1.5 inches. Fold, 1.5 inches fold. So how am I gonna do this? that there. Put a clamp on this side. Mission accomplished. Great. Go from there. Do one in the center just to keep things even. I think we go that way. And then I'm actually gonna have to put one here because I'm gonna be removing those clamps on the end. I did a test piece a couple days ago when we were still at the apartment, and it worked out pretty well. So let's see how well this one works out. I believe there is more lore to that. Birds of a feather flock together saying idiom than you want to know. All right, so we have to take off this last clamp on either side, I believe, because the next thing to do is to fold 1.5 inches in on this side. Let's see. Puns are fun and always better leather than never. Leather birds sound like an abomination. Yeah, they kind of do, don't they? I mean, every living thing is just leather waiting to be tanned. This is interestingly true. You know, if you really want to see leather birds, I might have to do something about that. All right, so let's see on this side. We have to do 1.5 inches. Let's do it like that. There's a little mark in the leather. I don't think you can see it, but I can. Which, in the end, is what matters. See how that's working up into a tail? That's exactly what I want. You guys are absolutely ridiculous. So what my plan of action is to stitch up this seam right here and work around and do the other 3, and then I'm going to put a grommet here and gold scar. There's no lotion in sight. I'm sure we can find some for you. But the plan is to get this stitched up. So I'm going to pop some holes in this one. I'm going to let it flop out, and I'm going to do the other ones and get all those holes punched, and then let them flop out, and then stitch it up. I love you weirdos. Yes, I do. You keep the you keep my mornings interesting. So we're going to do that with all those. Then we're going to pop in a grommet somewhere on the outer edge. And I want to try and braid some of the leather thread, stitch it into one side, run it around to the other, and then do the opposite, so that this is also a like a drawstring type thing. So you can use it as a pouch as well as your as well as a dice tray. That's the idea, at least. Let's see how well I can execute on this. Oh. It was a lot easier when it was just a piece of scrap and I didn't have people watching me. There we go. I think that'll work. So long as I'm relatively careful. Let's try and do one from the other side. One more, so hopefully I don't screw it up. All right. I think that's good. All right, and we got these on the other side. Beautiful. Bring this guy back up. Let's see, Gold Scar, don't make me use my alibi. Need some love. Wade is now watching with me now. Awesome. Well, hello, Wade. And I'm pretty sure Bowser is also watching. I think I have almost as many animals watching me as I do people. That's interesting. Huh. I'm not sure how to feel about that. I think happy? Is happy the right way to feel about that? Okay, so I don't need that one. Now let's rinse and repeat. I think the more accurate way to do it is like this. Bowser is listening. He's laying at my feet. That is awesome. I miss that puppy. Cannot wait for you guys to be able to come up and visit again when this whole thing is over. Meanwhile, Janie is potatoing as per usual. I'm sure there are Spider 2 watching as well. Oh boy. Game nights and drunken Mario Kart. Yes. Okay, there's the 1.5 inch mark. Now all I'm doing right now with this is using the edge of my ruler to press in a small mark. I don't know if you can see it or not. Right there. Just a slight indent. So I know where to fold to. And once I figure out all the logistics of this, I will of course be making a pattern. And when can we Minecraft? There's no real way for us to game at my parents' house, unfortunately, Kelsey. So we're gonna have to wait until we can get back into our apartment. And there shouldn't be any shame with playing Minecraft. I don't know why people would shame. I mean, I know people do, but I just don't get it. People suck. Like, you find something you enjoy, and you just let people enjoy it. So what I'm doing right now is just putting the cutter head down and feeling for when I hit this this fold here. And I'm using that as my guide as to where to punch. Okay. Half the corners down. All right. Thank you. Put you over here. We'll take these clamps off. It's actually going to stand up quite nicely, I think. And I think before, what's the point of it though? It makes no sense. Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. I played Minecraft with my nieces and nephew, and I can tell you, I don't get it, and I was completely confused. It's a sandbox game. You can build, destroy anything you want. What's the point of it though? That's where it makes no sense. I like filling mines with TNT and using a lava tower to light it. That is strangely creative. And you can defeat many monsters and be a hero, or you can just play without monsters and have relaxing time. Well, Rich, the thing is, it's kind of cathartic. But if you think there's no point to it, don't you play sports video games? Wouldn't it be better if you just went out and played sports? The point is to have some time, you know, something to relax with and enjoy, where you can build and destroy anything you want. It's basically a god game, and if you're intelligent enough, there actually is a very interesting and kind of tragic story, and several stories behind all of the Minecraft universe. But you have to be very observant and intelligent to find it. I think the only true end to the game that you get is you defeat the dragon. There is no actual end to the game, Kelsey. But I think the point of the game is to figure out why the world is the way it is. And to do that, you have to go through, you have to look at lore, you have to make some suppositions and try things out. And yeah, you can just, you know, piddle around and do whatever you want. Or you can dig into this really massive, really intense. But at least there is a winner and a loser in those games. So that's why I don't get it. No actual missions or anything like that. It's just not my thing, but if you like it, so be it. Well, I mean, it's a one-player game. It doesn't have to have any mission other than what you set for yourself. Yes, they are always adding new stuff and new achievements. Some of them I don't get. I think sometimes I think they should give you more information than just the name of what the achievement is. So. Let's get this tidied up. The one thing I don't like about these clamps is the teeth have a tendency to flip out just when you're getting ready to clamp something. It's fine that you don't enjoy it. You said you didn't understand, and I was just trying to show you how, or to show you to help you understand why people enjoy it. I'm making one more mark here. Let's fold that line back. I'm not trying to pick on you, Rich. Well, not right now, at least. Okay, and let's fold this all back. I don't think I need that one. I'm in a similar vote with survival games. I look at Ark and say, okay, that's rad, but like, why? Well, see, I played Ark with my little brother for a while, and it's a very cool game, but it was just way too time demanding for me. Because everything took place in real time. That's good. Okay, we're walking into the home stretch of the punching. This side already has a nice established crease, so I'll just work on that one. And I need to make this last one. Yeah, that's why he stopped all 4 times. Now he's playing some MMO with designated raid hours so you can sleep without fear of your stuff blowing up. Yes. See, you know, I liked Ark. I thought it was a really cool game, really cool premise. It was just too time consuming for me, and I have way too much going on in my life. It was really cool and really advanced for what it was, though. So I can see why my brother was so, you know, enamored with that game. It was really cool. Come on. All right, once we get this laced up, it'll be just about time to go. All right. Well, not time to go, but I'll do one more from this side, I think. Yeah. Okay. That's all 4 sides punched. All right, let me just remove some of these little tabs left in here, and we'll finish it off. Let me go to the face camera for a few minutes and let my fingers just work here, and we can catch up on some of this chat. All right. Sorry, I was getting some cereal. Eileen beat me to it. Oh, food. I should try to eat that. Yes, you should. Food is definitely a good thing to have there, Miss Laura. I know I don't quite eat as often as I should, but I'll still yell at you to eat. And Joey, why aren't you on her case making sure she eats? Well, see, that sounds like it's a metabolism issue, and I kind of have the same problem. I don't eat very much yet. I am quite rotund in comparison to how much I eat and how much physical activity I do. But what are you gonna do? I try to diet as best I can. I try to work out and do whatever. Okay, so all those are cleared out. Let me put the clamps away because they will get so annoying in my face. I can see them falling and scattering everywhere. See, I'm trying to be responsible and cleaning up as I'm working, but meh. See, well, I eat a lot, just not in the first few months. Not in the last few months. Small dinner and a bag of chips mainly. And then the corona attacked. Eat bread, get fat, and sassy. Well, see, here's my thought on it. You need, and I'm not exactly an expert, but you need diet and exercise if you want to get anywhere with any sort of dieting or anything. pull out the rest of this. What kind of thread do you think I should use? I have this like golden type thread. I have this lovely dark brown thread. And I have this nice black thread. Dark brown. All right. All right, so there's the scissors. Now let me get the right needles out. So I don't know why, but last night I got okay. We got the brown thread out. I woke up middle of the night last night. Well, Connor woke me up, and ever since I had the song "Iko Iko," just stuck in my head. And hello, Rich. Welcome for you to join us back. All right, let's get back to the project camera and get this sewn up. Fade. So I typed black and they blocked it. That doesn't sound right. Soul Calibur 2. Man, that game takes me back. That was such a good game. I don't know, I was never much of a Mortal Kombat fan. I don't know why. I don't have anything against the franchise. It's just meh. Mortal Kombat was my childhood. So good. Well, you know, can't fault you for it. All right. Now, I guess this would be smart to have at least one of these clamps out. Hold the tip together. Let's see. Not to mention the best fighter game was Clay Fighter. I've never heard of Clay Fighter. Kingdom Hearts, Sly Cooper, Gran Turismo. Oh, I love Gran Turismo. And Spyro. Yes, Spyro's great. Spyro 1 and 2 were such great games. And then they just kind of went sideways with the franchise, unfortunately. Wasn't exactly pleased with where they decided on taking things. But I was so happy when they came out with Spyro Remastered. Actually, we were so excited, me and the wife, that we bought 3 copies. One for our house, one for her mother's, and then one for her sister. I want one more clamp on here. There's that. Nice and tight. And go there. And we'll hide the nut in the seam. Where's my lighter, actually? Because I also need that. Okay. Left over right. And then right over left. Now I know I can just stop with just the square knot itself. But I would rather do the square knot and burn the thread down, just as a little extra security. Clay Fighter is a parody fighter, basically. Well, it can't be a parody, but it's so great. 3 was great. The game after was so rushed it only had around 40% of the content. That's awful. I've got installed on my Xbox via LoRa. Never played it unless it's helper with 1 though. Yeah, I've actually never heard of that at all, unfortunately. Sounds like it could be fun. Let's burn these ends down. There we go. It's one tied. Must be memorable then. Must be a great memorable game. See, what's another great game I remember from my childhood? PS2 Gex. Enter the Gecko. I I don't know where we got that game, but that was not not an age appropriate game. I had so much fun with it though, and all the references. Uh, it was great. Now I can do this one, but I think doing this one would give me a better result on the other two, because then it's kind of starting to form. Let's do that. Giacomo Fino Anane, Giacomo Finane. See, fun fact from Golscar. Gex had a different voice actor in the UK. He was a different British comedian in every game. Huh. Interesting. Very interesting. Actually, I had no idea about that, so cool. Thanks for letting me know. Even up the thread. Doing stuff like this is where my stitching pony would have come in quite handy. But there's nowhere really for me to clamp it here. So I'll just have to do without. And this type of stitch I'm doing right now, guys, is just a basic saddle stitch. Nothing fancy. No. And I am very happy these needles aren't sharp. They're meant to go through pre-punched or pre-opened holes. So thank you all for joining me today. This is rather fun. I really do enjoy our morning chats, and this is very fun getting to watch, getting to build something for you guys live. It adds a little extra challenge for me. And if you know me at all, I do enjoy challenge. Well, I enjoy meaningless trivia on old games. Actually, I enjoy rather meaningless trivia on just about anything. Because just when you think your information and your knowledge base is completely unnecessary, you find that one special moment where your trivia is valued, and that is such a fun feeling. Okay. And let's burn these threads down. Okay. Actually, while we're on the subject of video games, what was everyone's favorite video game growing up? Not on console or PC or anything, any system. Mario Brothers 3 or Super Mario World? That was a pretty good game there, Rich. I can't say that I remember it outright, but it was a good game. Let's get these pieces evened up here as best we can. Whoop. Lost a clamp. I swear it changed by the day from obscure SNES stuff like Ace Tracer and Soul Blazer to Mortal Kombat Deception or House of the Dead 2. For a gold scar. Super Mario World because my mom would actually play too. That's cool. I do have to say that mine was slightly different. I believe my grandparents bought me this game, but I don't know. It was Star Wars Dark Forces 2. I had Dark Forces 1 for the PlayStation, or PlayStation 2, I forget which it was. But I was never much a fan of that one. But Dark Forces 2 on the computer, oh man, that was my jam. It had such good lore. It was very intuitive to play. I spent so many hours in there. I did everything I could to look up and do all the cheat codes, and I'd play, through that way, and I'd set little special missions for myself, like, no kill missions, or was that the first person shooter? Yeah, it was a first person shooter. I think Dark Forces 1 was a third person. But that was my favorite game. And then we got a Nintendo 64, and Legend of Zelda came out, Ocarina of Time. Oh boy. So between those two games, I lost many hours of my life behind a screen, and I believe they were very well spent. to the point now where I look back on all those with very fond memories. And I remember the moment my little brother got into video gaming. He just wanted, it was while I was playing Ocarina of Time, and it was the fishing mini game when you were an adult. And he wanted to play, and I didn't want to let him, because why would I? Right, and right over left. It was my game. I knew how to play it. I knew how to get there. And he didn't. Well, starting from there, he started his own file, got there, and he's been gaming ever since. And I can't say I'm too upset, because I've had some of my best memories gaming with my brother. Get the needles on this one. Oh, we were on here for an hour and a half already. Look at that. First one I had on PS. Well, see, that's the thing. With these games, it's not the games themselves that were so amazing or anything else. It's all the memories you make playing the games, where you had friends or family, and that's the fun part. That's the magical part of the video game. It's not the actual gameplay itself. Gameplay itself doesn't really matter. It's all about the friends you make along the way, playing the game, discussing the game, and everything else. Okay, let me get this last one sewn up. And then I'm not sure how I'm going to work this down so that it holds nice, but we'll figure it out. I do believe. It's starting to take shape. One of my favorite memories from playing any video game is playing Gears of War when I was at Penn State University, Worthington, Scranton. And in the center, in the cafeteria, we had a game, we had a TV and a game system. We had, Xbox and PlayStation, everything else there, so you could blow off some steam between classes. And a whole group of guys were always playing Gears of War. And they couldn't get past this one spot, and I eventually got into that friend group, and I think it was the first time they go down below ground in that game, and you come across some Theron guards. The first time you come across the Theron guards, I believe, and they're sneaking quietly around, trying to be as inconspicuous as possible, trying to avoid the fight. And the guards catch them. I forget who it was. I think it was Damien or Dom. Can't remember which one it was. But he's like, "Did you hear that? What do you think that was?" Or something like that. And Bard whispers back, "Yeah, since when do you think since when did the wind whisper hostiles to you?" And we quoted that for God knows how long, 2-3 years. What a fun time that was. What a pleasure that was. And that's what got me hooked on those games is the friendships I developed along the way playing those games, not just the games themselves. I think that's true for a lot of folk. It's not the game itself, it's everything associated to that game, periphery to that game, that you enjoy. All right, let's burn these threads down. I think I have 2 of them to burn down. I don't know. There's the first with online too, so we played that online a lot, even with me ruining it every chance I got. And Billy was number 6 in the world at some point. That was good times. This is shaping up to look absolutely awesome. Thank you. So it's not going quite as I had hoped it would. It's not retaining a shape quite as quite like what I wanted, but I mean, it is a nice dice tray. It will definitely keep your stuff from flopping out all over the place. Let's try and work this edge down a little bit. Maybe that'll help. Who knows? Maybe nipping the corners would help. Like I said, this is just a prototype here. So I think I messed up with how I did the stitches. But I wish I knew the guy beforehand. Didn't really hang out with him before. Healing Guitar Hero. Guitar Hero. Oh man, was that a great that was a great game there. Actually my grandparents bought that for me. And it was just such a pleasure. Okay, so let's punch the holes for the grommets. And I think I will do the lacing off camera later this afternoon, once I have some time, or tomorrow. But let's see, what size do I need for the grommet? I think it's the second to the largest. Works best for the grommets. So we'll do one here. get some grommets taken out here. Looks like I only have brass in the number needed. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There's one. Come on. I know you fit in here. There's 2 of the grommets facing that way, so I want to sew from here. And then on this one, I'll do the opposite. Now your cat Pharaoh is also watching. That is funny. How are Pharaoh and Jasper doing there, Kelsey? There we go. I'll figure out some sort of lacing, and the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to pierce some holes here and lace through here all the way over, you know, connect. So it'll be one lace this way. I'll do the same thing over here. I'll pierce here, run the lace this way, around and pierce here. That way you have a nice drawstring. And let me just, they are good. Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Let me just make sure this will actually draw up. I don't see why I wouldn't, but this is nice light leather, very bendable and pliable. All right, so the idea is when you're done playing, you could just toss your dice in there and then whoop, fold the whole thing up and go away. So I'm going to do the lacing off screen. I've already been here for almost 2 hours. So I very much appreciate you guys coming along for the ride. I hope my little sister is still here because she wanted a chance to win it, I believe. I'll just pack up my stuff and we'll move on to the giveaway. I usually think that's the more fun part of this anyways, you know, actually giving away a small little project, little extra doobly-doo for somebody. And then you can give me feedback on where I messed up and how I can improve in the future. Oh, here we go. I think those stitches should be 45 degrees to where they are. Looks awesome. Thank you. It's at least, you know, even if you don't use it as a dice tray, it's a little, you know, like knapsack or whatever to keep some stuff in. Or I guess you could throw it, you know, throw some rocks in there and use it to beat people. Get all my stuff put away here. Razor, hole punch. Put the brass away, and the lighter. All right. Oh, there's my prototype leather dice tray. Nice, easy, to the point. Throw your dice in there and it doesn't go scattering all around the table and flying off under everything. And the idea about using leather for this, for the whole construction, is that it's a lot simpler to manufacture. And also, you know, if you have really nice dice and you toss it in there, it's going to have a soft surface to hit on instead of a hard surface. That might not matter for most people, but I think it does you know, keep things a little bit nicer. Keeps your what you call it, a little bit nicer. Keeps your dice a little bit nicer, you know, so the points and stuff don't get messed up by hitting on hard surfaces. And that's the thought process. It keeps things a little bit nicer, a little bit more organized while you're playing. So there we go. Oh, wow, I've been doing this for so long, my mouse turned off. Okay, 8 people, 5 likes. Okay, so let's do this. Random number generator. Okay, there are 8 people in here, so let's do a number 1 to 80. All right, let's see. Do you guys see that? Can you see my computer screen? Okay, there's everyone on the live feed. Does anyone want to lose? Probably not. Okay, so here's the live feed. Just so you know, you can see exactly what I'm doing. Gotta go here. I have a random number generator, 1 through 80. Okay? So I'm gonna turn this to the face screen. And we will click on that. And we'll go to the chat. And we will see from there. 72, 45, 10, 63. Okay, 22. Can I get a little bit better shot of that? So it's a little bit more clear for people. So you can see I'm not messing with anyone. Let's see if we can get that a little bit more clear for everyone. I have to hold up the microphone. Now I sound like a real radio announcer. I feel like a real radio announcer. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people have given their vote. Anyone else? I know there's 8 people watching concurrently. Sorry, my number will be 30. Okay. So that is Joey, Eileen, Kelsey, Lara, Blackwell, and Rich. Anyone else? I know there's 8 people. It's not everyone watching. Going once, going twice. Okay, we're going to switch over to the project camera and pull the random number. Maybe they can't chat. Maybe, you know, who knows. But slide down. Okay, there's all the numbers there, everyone. I think this seems a little bit more official doing it this way. If anyone has a better idea on how to do this, please let me know. So, generate 50. Who is the closest to 50? Eileen Braden, 45. Congratulations. I guess I'm gonna save on postage, bringing this out to you guys. You know, because Rich won the little doohickey I made last week, the miniature plague doctor mask, and okay, back to the screen. All right. You know, Rich won the miniature plague doctor mask last week, and Eileen won the dice tray this week. So congratulations, guys. I'm going to finish this up off screen and put a signature on the inside. We're not a team. Well, it makes him feel better if he thinks you are a team. You know, you guys are married. Lost sound. That does happen every now and then. Sometimes the bitrate freezes on something. I don't know the technical problems that it has. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys from coming along. No, it's on my end. It just happens. The bitrate drops to 0 for who knows what reason. So guys, thanks for coming along. I appreciate you. Hit subscribe if you haven't yet. And thank you for helping make this world better, one kerf at a time. I hope you guys have a fantastic Sunday. And I'll see you guys Monday morning. All right? Y'all take care.